So we left off as I was sharing that I basically had problematic periods for a very long time, and then in my 20s and 30s they kind of normalized. One of the things that happened is that at that time I was married, and my partner and I were thinking about conceiving, and so we started just TTC on that journey. And not that I expected it to happen quickly, but there were a couple of times when I was like, okay, this one's gonna catch. So at that point in time, there were times when I was late, and then maybe like after the 8-week mark or something, I would just have a really heavy bleed. I didn't think too much of it when the first one happened. I was kind of sad because we were trying to conceive, but I didn't think too much of it when it happened. When the second time happened, I realized that I might be miscarrying early and just having what some people call a chemical pregnancy. And so it didn't click then that something could be wrong, but I knew that maybe the journey of trying to conceive for me would not go as smoothly as planned. Eventually, that partner and I got divorced, and so I never dove deeper into trying to conceive, and I was single for a really long time, so babies, all that good stuff didn't really come up. But that sort of was a big aha moment that maybe everything is not okay down there, but I also did not have health insurance at the time, so I couldn't really investigate further anyway. So whether the gift of divorce was that this sort of stayed out of my mind or not, I'm not sure, but I didn't really think about it because I wasn't in the phase of life to even think about having children for a very long time after that. And all the while, my periods had sort of become a little bit more normal, lighter, not as painful, all that kind of stuff as well as I got into my mid and late 30s. So, I guess it was all good in the hood. I didn't question too much. Yeah, so that period in time was smooth. I was in La La Land, not thinking too much about the implications of what had gone on previously when I was a teenager, all of that kind of stuff. And I just continued existing for a good decade or so. Stay tuned for part 3, when I got diagnosed, how I got diagnosed, and everything leading up to my first laparoscopic surgery.